thanks for watching. This is a follow-up to a previous video I did about this photo right here, which completely debunks a flat earth. With the camera elevation at about 20 meters, 65 feet, the island in the distance is around 20 kilometers or 12.5 miles away, and the section of the island in the shot is about the same height as the camera. Yet we have a boat between those two locations, which is almost half the height. To be fair, the boat's height is more like 13 meters high or 42 feet. But to simplify it, if the Earth was flat, a short object between two taller objects will never appear the same height when viewed from one of the tall objects. But if the Earth was curved, that short object between the two taller objects will appear the same height when viewed from one of the tall objects, which shows us that, obviously, in this photo, the ground is curving down away from us. And if we compare this scene with the flat Earth and the globe Earth model, it's easy to see how drastically different the two models are. Now, the boat's exact height and even the island's exact height don't seem to be too important here, but what does seem to make the biggest difference is the height or the elevation of the camera, which brings me to the main reason for this video. In the original video, I showed my location this way just using Google Earth. So I've gone back to this same location, and this time I've parked in that third car park right there. For the original photo, I think I was in the fourth car park. See, note the elevation there, 20 meters. Here I am at about the same spot I was for the original photo. I've got the camera already zoomed in on where the boat was. Let's see if it matches. The camera was zoomed in a bit more for the photo, but we can see the island in the background is in a similar position and height in relation to that strip of land just behind the boat. So yeah, it looks pretty close. And here's a little pan around to show where I'm positioned in that same car park that I showed in the Google Earth image. And if we look back at the camera, I'll show you how we sync this up. Watch, just after I press record, a bird flies past. And then we switch to that footage, there's the bird. The camera's still zoomed in on that location where the boat was, but the purpose of this is to show that when we zoom out, I'm still in the same location, well above all the boats. And here's a couple of the other shots people wanted to see from this location. Here's an altitude app on the iPad, which is using the barometer for altitude. It's reading 26 meters, but I don't think we're quite that high. I reckon we're more at about 21 meters high. And here's another one, an altitude app on my phone. It's using GPS this time and reading about 23 meters. I also wanted to show this photo I got while doing some test shots earlier in the week. That's the boat right there in the middle pulling in for refueling. This clearly shows that the location I'm in is well above the top of the boat's mast. I know my graphics kind of sucked, but they were just to give people another view of what's happening in the scene. Now, I understand if I was at the same height as the mast or below the mast, then it would be perspective causing the island to appear the same height, but I'm well above the mast. The island should also appear way above the mast if the Earth was flat. Here's another view of the island with the direction the camera is looking at it, and here's one with the GPS location showing the 20-meter height. Here's a little panorama I did of the island. The boat is in about this position. The ridge along here rises to about 20 meters, and this hill here rises to about 60 meters, and this section all along here is around 16 meters at its highest point. So there we go. I understand my photo doesn't prove the Earth is a spinning ball flying through space, but it definitely debunks a flat Earth and proves the Earth is curved. What else can be said? Seriously. Hang on, what's this spinning globe thing? We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. Another photo has been discovered which completely destroys the ridiculous notion of a flat Earth. This time the land in the distance is over 25 miles away and over 130 feet high. That's double the distance, double the height, double the curve. If you're a flat earther and you feel you've been mistreated by your crazy beliefs, just send $4.99.95 to WeDon'tGiveAShit.com and we'll send you a whole bottle of our patented fact-proof splash water. Just one single drop splashed onto your face and you'll be back to enjoying blissful thoughts in no time. Simple thoughts like, the earth is flat. There's no such thing as silly logic. The sun is close and local and you a special. So yeah, I managed to get another photo of the same boat recently. It's in a different position this time. The land in the far background isn't an island, it's mainland Australia, and the highest point is around 40 kilometers away and around 40 meters high, yet it still appears the same height as the mast. And when compared with the globe model, it fits, but on the flat earth model there's a huge difference once again. The flat earth model definitely debunked again. And this time the photo was on purpose, so I made sure I got some video footage this time with a zoom out and a pan around of my location. And as we can see, I'm in the same spot. I'm actually a tiny bit higher this time, I think, but whoa, what the hell? Get rid of it, get off, get off. There we go. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting and subscribing. I love the comments you all give, they're great, awesome. And also, thanks to my patrons, J-Mac and Joe. I really appreciate the support, guys. It's awesome. And thanks, everyone. See ya.